Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. It's not Thursday, but I've got a new beer here for you. My name's Jake. You can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped YouTube and Twitter, and on Instagram you can find me at tubajake_. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you do too. The more stories I have, the more stories I get to tell. So if you would like yours to be one of them, I need to hear it, see it, if you will. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people get to see this, hear this. We'll tell other people about all of this because hopefully you like this. The beer I've got for you today is Shorts Brewing's Pure Michigan Summer IPA. It's an India Pale Ale made with Michigan ingredients. It's a 4.2% by volume IPA, which sounds delicious. They say, we endure everything Michigan weather throws at us for this, the glory of a Michigan summer. Warm temps turn us into a bunch of summer-crazed sun-seekers. We keep a swimsuit in the car and never say no to boat rides, bonfires, or the back nine. Pure Michigan at its brightest, Pure Michigan at its purest. Huh. I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, I don't keep the swimsuit in my car, but I mean, the other stuff, it's probably a yes. The back nine of a disc golf course is preferable to the back nine of a golf course, but that's just me. So, let's get this started. So what we have is an IPA. It's a light IPA, which is nice. I like those. I'm not sure exactly what this tastes like. My guess is a West Coast IPA, because when you say IPA, generally, unless you say, oh, this is an East Coast IPA or a New England IPA, you expect it to be amber, clear, good head retention. So far so good on those three. Fairly clear. It's a little bit hazy. That's fine. Hop haze is a thing. Very nice. Very nice. The can art on this is kind of cool. Like, Michigan's all a lake, and then where the lakes are, it's all Michigan, I think, mostly. I mean, I suppose some of it's not Michigan. Some of it's Wisconsin, but I mean, let's be real, this time of the year, Michigan's a lake. So, it looks a lot more hazy than what I was expecting it to be. But it smells piney, which is nice. Like I said, hop haze is a thing. Hops can make a beer hazy. It happens sometimes. Usually it happens more often in like wheat beers, but even then, like, wheat haze is a thing. Wheat will make a beer hazy. I need another taste to decide. Okay, so it's bitter. It's got a slight bitter taste, a really woody bitter taste to it. Like when you're sharpening a pencil, like a freshly sharpened pencil. That's the smell that I'm getting out of this. A little bit of the taste too. But it's light, like super light. Like bordering on watery light. Am I saying that this is not good? No, this is good for, I mean, for what I was going to say, for what it is, but I'd have more of these for sure. Would I call this a summer IPA? It depends upon how late in the summer it is, or how early in the summer it is. Because this tastes like going back to school, which would be the end of summer. But it's also 4.2%, which means that it's super easy to drink, which means it's for summer, as opposed to the winter pills that they made in the same Pure Michigan series, which is like 7.2%, if I remember correctly, which is super heavy for a Pilsner beer. But at 4.2 for an IPA, it's light. And woody, not terribly surprising in an IPA. The more I'm drinking it, the more I like it. As a former teacher, I do approve. Because at some point in the summer, you're like, man, I wish I was going back to school. Even if you've not been back to school in years and years. Does this remind me of a beer? It'd be super easy to just be like, yeah, Founders, all day IPA, but that's not true. Not quite true. Actually, this reminds me, if you were to mix the all day IPA and a Locals Light together, it'd probably be a lot like this. Like, this might be a hopped up version of Locals. It really might be. Super easy drinking, great for out at the beach or on the golf course or at a bonfire, for sure. All of those things. Great for those things. It's delicious. Does this remind me of a story? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not like... It reminds me of water skiing, which it seems strange. It's mostly the thought of what I think of when I think of my uncle's cabin on Mullet Lake. It's in northern Michigan, around Sheboygan or so, down to Onaway, Indian River, around in there. That's Mullet Lake. My uncle had a very nice piece of property there, built a very nice house on it. My cousin, well, he recently passed. My cousin is moving out currently, and my other cousins are selling it. I'm pretty sure that he spent a lot of money on it, but a lot of money for a veterinarian that's just graduated. I mean, is it $50,000? I don't know. They're selling it for like 1.2 million, 1.3 million. It's a really nice beach, really nice, all the way out into the lake. You're not going to get a nicer spot than that, because there's been 2 generations that have put a lot of work into making that what it is. So 2 generations, meaning that's before you had to worry about the swamp that was in behind it. So there's actually a road into it. It's where I learned how to water ski. He had a very nice boat. Actually had a very nice boat that I did get to water ski behind a couple times. Chris Craft outboard. Was it a Chris Craft? No, it was a Thompson outboard. That had a fiberglass bottom and a wood top. It looked really pretty, but not how it should have looked, because somebody broke it. I believe it was one of his children, but I don't know that for sure because it was a long time ago and I don't remember the name, so I'm not going to say it anyway. But there was that one, and then there was the little red boat. That was the one that my grandpa kind of took care of, made sure it ran all the time. Grandpa worked down in Flint at Fisher Body, and then kept doing Buick things, and ended up running the place where they make all of the things that are going wrong with the cars. They make them right and figure out how to fix those things. He was very good at it. So keeping a motor running, not a super big deal for him, but he did that. So keep a motor running. So there's a nice 35 horse engine on the back of the red boat. That's the one that I got to learn how to ski behind. Now remember, I was not a big guy, so skiing on 2 skis, no big deal. But I did get to ski on 1 ski a couple of times. I mean, skiing on 2 skis is super easy because it's like standing there. You can go back and forth across the wake. It's super fun. Do it if you ever can. Skiing on 1 ski is a lot harder and a little bit more fun. If you ever get to do that too. Or, you know, try to. Make sure you drop a ski in a spot where it's easy to pick up, because you don't want to have to go back searching for it. Usually the bindings on the skis make it easier to see, but not always. But yeah, it was a lot of fun up there. I had a lot of fun up there. A lot of swimming, a lot of bonfires, a lot of boat trips. I'm gonna miss that place because I don't have $1.3 million. So anyway, I've got a quote for you. This one's from Bobby Kennedy. He said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation." Change your small part. Make this generation what it is, what it needs to be. What it needs to be. Yeah, that'd be nice. Anyway, don't forget you can find me at @TubaJake_69 on Untapped YouTube and Twitter. On Instagram, you can find me at @TubaJake_. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Hopefully you like to hear stories too, because I've got stories to tell, and I like telling other people's stories too, if they're relevant. Whatever they remind me of. We'll see. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I like that, and it makes me feel better. So, I think that's all I got for you. I'll see you next time when you got time for a beer.